Hi, I'm a student at EDM310. By the way, my name is Jonita Watkins, and I'm at the University of South Alabama. Today I'll be interviewing a teacher at Foley High School. So how about you introduce yourself and tell them what subjects you teach?
My name is Scotty Keenan. I teach at Foley High School. I teach predominantly this year a class called AP Statistics. And good thing for us, we have about 75 students there. So I've got 3 classes of AP Statistics. So this year, that's the only class I teach. So, and then we mix it with an old kind of going out class called Algebra 3 in Statistics. So those are the 2 classes I teach.
Okay, so one of our topics today will be the use of technology as a tool in your classroom. How do you use technology in your classroom?
So a lot of teachers, I think, find it hard to use technology in a math classroom, and so that's what I teach. And so in our county, everybody has a personal MacBook that they carry around with them, so one-on-one initiative kind of thing. And so I do a lot with, we have a website kind of set up, and I put everything on the website. So there'll be videos on the website, the notes, the examples, the homework, everything's kind of on the website, and so they kind of use that. That doesn't mean that I just sit at my desk and they're on the computer all day. That's not what it's like. But kind of like a huge resource, if you will. Their textbook is on the computer. And almost like a huge locker. So if you need to put anything anywhere or you need to store anything, it's all on the website. So that's kind of cool. So that's one way I use it. So there's no more, I lost my binder, I lost my notes, right? I can't find the examples. Well, everything is on the website now. And we use Moodle as our website, very similar to Blackboard, if anyone's ever used a Blackboard before. So that's a plus, that's an advantage that we do. Another way I like to do it, use it in a math classroom is using applets. So if you're talking about, I know probably our audience, not everyone is a math dork like me, but if you're talking like a line, and so what's going to happen, do I need to do this way, a line? And so if I change one point, what's going to happen to the line? And so instead of me just talking about that on the board and drawing, then they can go onto a website and just move the point and see what happens with the line, and or move the line and see what happens with the point. So a lot of exploratory time, a lot of discovery learning can take place with the applets. So with AP Stat, you can imagine a lot of college people don't like statistics either, and so they kind of find it as a challenging class. And I can understand, because a lot of our topics are just out there, and so it's hard to draw a picture for them. But with the applet, you can simulate things and change things and move things, and so you can see the cause and effect of the relationships there. So that's something really cool that we can do with technology, that there's no way to do that prior to those computer programs. We use calculators on the computer and graphers on the computer, and handheld graphing calculators. So another cool way, I guess the third way of technology, is that we don't spend a lot of time doing number crunching so much anymore, right? We let the calculator do the number crunching, and our discussions are not how did you get the number, but what does that number mean? And so, because in the real world, what happens is people in statistics, they just plug all the numbers into a computer, hit enter, and they get a printout. All the number crunching is done. So now the hard part is, what does that number mean? And so the final last way is I make videos of myself. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so I'll make videos of our lessons. And so this week I lost my voice, so it worked out perfectly. And so instead of me kind of up here trying to suffer and wing through it with no voice, they watched the video of me teaching, and then I could just answer questions. And the cool thing about that is when they go home, if you're ever like, I didn't quite understand the lesson, well, you can rewatch the whole lesson if you want. Right. You can rewind as many times as you want to and get the lesson again. So those are some cool things on how I use it. And I do a flipped classroom.
Flipping the classroom.
All right, so that's a popular thing these days, yeah.
Flipping the classroom.
And so I flip the classroom. There's lots of pros and cons to that, which I don't know if this question answers that. And lots of cool things with videos. I like making videos just because sometimes the concepts are tough, and sometimes I need to hear it more than once. Right. And so I don't have sometimes time to do it more than once, and so they can do that on their own with the MacBook. So that's how I use it in my classroom. I don't give tests on it, just because with the math, I think students can prove to me that they know how to do the math on paper and pencil better than by clicking A, B, C, or D. And so I don't do that.
Well, yeah, because I noticed when I was sub for you, they would have videos. I'm like, well, Mr. Cannon is
Right,
teaching.
and so
It was like you're here, but you wasn't, because I remember when I was your student, you know, how you taught. So I'm like, okay, it's just like he's here.
Right. So if teachers have to go to a workshop or are sick, and you can't come to school that day for a substitute, and the kids know how to work their MacBooks, you know, so you have the kid plug up the MacBook to the projector, and everyone watches the lesson just like I was in class. You copy the examples just like I was in class, and so you really don't miss the beat, which is a huge advantage as a teacher for that. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I can get to you, Mr. King. I could talk all day.
Yeah.
I could ask you questions all day.
Sure.
But due to time, you know, we're just gonna call it a wrap from here.
Okay.
Well, I thank you so much for your participation,
No problem.
and I wish you the best of luck on your year.
Thank you. You too. I look forward to seeing you in your own classroom.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye bye.